Get in, get out, get it done. Be intense.
All right, this guy pretty much nails it. I'm gonna break down a video that came through my feed about 3 months ago of a guy sharing his experience gaining 20 pounds of mass looking like this to this in as little as 7 weeks, doing so completely natural, not taking any extra substances, following a no-nonsense approach to diet and also his exercise program. He's in the gym 4 times a week, following a very basic bro split. That's just one body part, a workout. That's what the bro split is, and I followed that for many years and saw some great results from that.
30 to 45 minutes a day. Get in, get out. 4 days a week. 4 days a week. Back buys. No, not back buys. Chest and back. Shoulders, traps. Arms, legs. That's it.
He's not taking any extra supplementation. It's just literally one extra protein scoop with some vegan-based protein powder.
I'm natural. I don't take anything except for protein.
What I really like about his situation and story is that aside from just being in his mid-40s and a regular dude, he also explains how he doesn't really like working out. He's not a workout freak or anything like that. So his whole point, which is basically a rant in his video, is going into that whole excuse about saying you have no time to work out.
Here's what everybody's like. I hear this all the time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Do you got time to sit in front of the TV? Do you got time to play a video game? Do you got time to play on your phone? That is time you could be in the gym. I don't have an hour. Okay, don't go in for an hour. Give it 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Why I got to do 3 different exercises, 3 sets apiece? Why? Why do you have to do that? You don't have to do that.
So he's in the gym and out of the gym within 30 to 45 minutes, which is really a very basic and conceptual, simplistic way to organize your workouts. So yes, you can get super scientific and dig into the weeds. In this guy's case study we're gonna see, we could certainly dig deeper and probably find out the why to all these things, but totally not necessary. So let's jump into what he basically is doing.
This is what I take. This is no product placement. Nobody's paying me to do this. This is just what I use. I'm not telling you to use this. This is easiest on my stomach. I got a very sensitive stomach. 21 grams of protein, 0 cholesterol. 1 shake a day. 1 scoop. 1 scoop of this a day. That is it. I increased my meals by 1. So I try to eat about 4 meals a day because naturally I'm a skinny guy. So I increased my meals by 1. 1 protein shake a day. Gym 4 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes. I've been getting about 120 to about 150 grams a day. I'm 245 pounds.
So diet-wise, again, he's totally natural. All he did was, which makes a lot of logical, great sense, which most people should do, he wanted to put on a little more size, a little more muscle, so he's just adding an extra meal to what he normally would consume. And he says he's more on the kind of a leaner type of guy, maybe genetically. I assume he got from 225 to 245, so I'm assuming he's pretty tall on the taller end. But still, he says he has to eat a little bit more to kind of put a little more muscle. Now, he didn't say creatine. I kind of surprised me if he didn't mention creatine, because that would be something going through my brain based on the results he's seeing. So I'll just take it as word that he's only just taken that. But the point I really love that he stresses in his video is that he's still growing despite the fact that he's not consuming tons and tons of protein or even tons of calories. He's just consuming 1 extra meal a day. And then when it gets to the training side, his really thing he's driving home with, and the thing he's kind of ranting about, is when he goes to the gym, most people are not putting in full effort or full intensity.
This is where nobody can grasp the concept. Strict form is good. It is very essential to use strict form. But like, let's say they're doing curls, okay? So boom, we got the curling bar, we're doing curls, and they're doing super strict form. And then on their last rep, it looks like this. And then they set it down. What did you just do? I am intense. I remember I used to do 3 sets, 4 different workouts. 3, 6, 9, 12. There's no need for it. Now I do a warm-up set and I do 1 heavy set. I still do 3 exercises. So for instance, for arms, I do single arms, okay? So I get it to where my muscles are nice and warm, and then I do 1 set. Till failure. Till failure. Then I move on to triceps. Same concept. So I'll rep something out, like I'll take the 25s and I'll do skull crushers. I just rep them out real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Then I grab the 45-pound dumbbells and I go till I can't do anymore. Done!
What he essentially does is sounds like a high intensity based type of training. I'm sure maybe he's got some influences that way, but I don't really know. But given his time span of working out, he might not be like, pure high intensity. I'll get into that. But he says he goes in the gym, wherever the body part split is, and actually his body part split, I'll add that right now. He says he does, again, 4 times a week. It's chest and back on one day. The other day is shoulder and traps. The other day is arms. And the other day is legs. So all those, we assume there's a day off between there a few times. But all of that is just 1 time a week for one body part. And he's in and out of the gym, he says, in 30 to 45 minutes.
I'm 42. Everything is hurting. Everything. But the bottom line is I don't see anybody intense. So get your ass out of that lame-ass Planet Fitness where you can't make any noise and you're going to have to be loud. Your last rep should not look like your first rep. Your last rep should not be, boom, okay, racked it. You did nothing.
So I think it's a great, valuable point across the board for intensity. It sounds like he's doing a little more exercises and or sets than maybe what some of the traditional like high intensity people might be doing. He did say he rests, I think, like 2 to 3 minutes. Point is, he's focusing on the most important aspect of training, which is the intensity. And it goes to show basically that yes, you can grow. And I think that's the main point I want to show you guys, that regardless of any kind of split or even the exercises you're doing, because you might be saying, well, what exercise is he doing? There's only a handful of basic exercises for all these body parts to kind of just use your imagination to fill in the blanks. But I don't think it's good he didn't stress this, that is really the most important aspect of this. Of course, we could look at this and say, well, this is purely anecdotal, and maybe these gains he's seeing are newbie gains, whatever. I wouldn't really necessarily, first, I wouldn't worry about that for a 45-year-old guy or 42, whatever he was. Looks pretty good for me. Most people love to look like that. And yes, you're going to hit some sort of plateau and you can adapt your training. He did say he was coming in off of kind of like a layoff for a period of time. He said he has that history of working out, which I think is also a very important factor, that yes, if you put in those times and years in, your body kind of can respond really good to kind of bounce back to where you were. So I don't know how long that layoff was, but still, the point is going from this to this in 7 weeks time, I still think is impressive, but definitely not out of the ordinary. The final point I want to make, guys, is I see people make these kind of results all the time. That is, if they are doing what this guy is saying, putting forth full effort, having some recovery, eating a little bit more extra calories. But I find people actually not realizing in front of the mirror that these changes are actually occurring. I recently had a conversation with somebody I gave him a program a while back. He still wants, finer details and points on it. But in that same conversation, he's been doing this for a while. His belly fat is kind of going away. He's seeing development. I can obviously see it, and I see this all the time with clients, that they don't really realize that they're still focusing on like some missing chunk or missing piece when they're doing the work, they're putting in the work, and they can't see in the mirror that these changes are already occurring. And sometimes they're just not tracking things or not tracking their weight. And I don't think you necessarily have to. My point is, if you follow these variables, whether it's 1 time or 2 times a week and you're recovering, you're eating more, and you're doing this consistently, you're not missing weeks here and there, you should see results exactly like this. So while yes, we can give specifics and there are individual factors and preferences, I think this guy's video lays it out really good. If I didn't say it, I don't know if I did, I will link his video down below if you guys are curious. If you like this content, you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. Please like, share, subscribe. I got some programming stuff kind of laid out in the future for you guys. It's just kind of getting my way around that. So hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one.